he's going for the clinch, and this is good. The problem is, the bad guy does this.
No.
I don't think we've ever done it quite so softly.
I wasn't paying attention.
I was sleeping.
Basically.
So what's happening is in the attempt of the clinch, before it gets locked up, or even if it does get locked up, maybe I'm just so strong, I turn. My hands, because he's going to try and still pull in, my hands go to the hips, and I'm trying to push away. I'm trying to push away. And so as this is happening, he realizes that this will not last forever. And if he lets go with both hands, I get away. You don't want that to happen, because that middle ground is where the danger happens. If he lets go, boom, right? So he wants to stay connected all the way in. So as he shifts his hand, it's going to be one at a time, because at least then, let's slow that part down, go back. As I try and push away, he's still always got some kind of a connection to keep himself close. Now, as you look at his grip, he's not trying to grab onto the material. He's trying to hook up onto my shoulders. Okay? From here, his elbows are staying tucked in, and his head sits as close to on top of my shoulder as possible. Okay? So what happens now is he walks himself in, and he puts his feet wide. He's going to pull me down, he's squatting, and he drives back. That's what stretches my legs out. Now he chills here. He's not going crazy, he's not trying to make anything happen. He's going to wait for me to respond. There we go. So the little thing I talked about in the beginning, both hands letting go of the hips and jumping up to the shoulders, is a really common mistake people make. They go doubles. And the moment you let go, if the other person is really trying to get away, the moment you let go of their hips, boom, away they go, and they start throwing punches at your face. 1, 2. Which hand should go first?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter, really. Although, I will say this. Check this out. See what side his face is on? Though technically it doesn't matter that much, the opposite side hand is safer. Because, put this hand back down. As he goes to let go on that side, see that little pull? See that little pull? So he's keeping his head safe, right? So now he's established the hook. As he lets go the other side, he's still got that connection. It's just the way I feel, it's a little bit safer.
Yeah.
Okay? Is it a make or break detail? No.
I think a bigger thing to this is, because remember, he's constantly pushing away, so I'm not just gonna let go and drop walk. Look, I don't really get a deep hook if I just let go and reach. Instead, I'm gonna think, I want to go like that. I'm following him as he pushes away, and that's what allows me to get these deep, and it keeps him ever from really pulling a shoulder back if I'm applying that little drive forward.
Yeah. I would say that that's probably point number 2. Because a lot of people, when they do this, their feet don't move. Right? Go back to this again. Right? As he goes to try and grab a shoulder, look at how he walks in. And boom, once he establishes that, the walk stops, the legs are wide. He keeps his arms close to his body as he squats. And then he's going to drive backwards, stretching me out. From right here, he doesn't make this happen. He lets me make it happen. His head is on this side, so his arm's going to trap my arm. His head is on the opposite side, so he's gonna hook my neck. Any questions? Good. Okay, let's have you go with Anthony. Let Jacob beat you up.
All right.
So you go to clinch him. Like that. You turn and face her.
So you want to push your head up.
Yep. Put your hands on her hips as if you're going to try to, yep. Now one hand at a time.
Try to
One. Keep walking and go. There you go.
Shoulders to yours.
Squat. Drive away.
Squat.
Good. Chill for a moment. Let him decide when to punch you. Yes. Oops, switch it. There you go.
That's it.
There you go. That was good.
Don't worry. You into
I
here.
forgot.
Go to my head instead. There you go.
Everything was really good, just the arm twist. Right? Always think. Your head down this side. This arm traps.
I'm only gonna give you like 40%. Okay. So make sure when you shoot, you're like when you shoot your butt back, that you're shooting back.
Always think.
Because my knee got a little close.
Just think.
A little close right here. So go for it. So you're here.
Oh, we're supposed to be dead.
Okay, so you gotta hold on to the floor, right?
I heard this. I missed the first part, but the last part looked good. That looked good.
Ah, crap, he can do it too.
Yeah. Yep. Don't let your elbows flare out too much, right? They'll kind of get your arm stuck. When you swim, slice. It'll work better. Fast. Try it again. Get up on the shoulders. There you
Hold
go.
on. Really think. I can feel you're a little loose.
Yes,
Hold my,
good.
hold my. Don't
Now chill.
hold me. Hold your hands in. Here we go.
Yeah. There you go. Pinch it. Good.
Pin our shoulders together.
Beautiful.
There you go. Now, squat.
When you do the movements, your movements look clean.
There you go. That's better.
And you gotta
The
prevent
nice
some problems.
part, don't want to start forcing
And I
your
was
arm
like,
out.
he's recording.
If you feel safe so you can go do it, if I'm, you know, because try to force your arm out. Right? It's not like, oh, I'm not gonna let that go. No.
So here's the other problem. When you try and force your arm out like Devontae's talking about, you're telling him what you want to do. So he wants to naturally prevent you. Chill. Are you safe right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not going to get punched right now. But where is your awareness? His arms. Because they're above yours. Oh, yeah. See? Go back down. Go back down. Yes. Not, relax. Not here.
Because if you do go there, it's a simple matter of me
You
pushing up.
just slip out and then
Always think the side your head is on is the side the arm traps.
Otherwise, you try.
The side your head is on, the opposite arm hooks. So if your head's over here, trap the arm, hook the head. The hooking arm is always the one on the far side.
So if I'm like here, for example, it's
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you've always, you think this, you always have to have one head and one arm.
do I?
Yes.
Yes. When you're on the bottom, that's the safe way.
Right.
That's safe. So yeah, one head, one arm.
Every single time.
The arm you need is the one that has the direct shot to your face,
Right.
and then the other one is, you know.
Right.
got
So one more
one.
time, real quick.
Yep, and
get above my elbow.
Get above my elbow with your
Like that.
There you go.
And then so on this side.
Yep.
And practice that.
There you go. What? Just back roll.
It's a transmission. Where do we learn that?
Just the back roll. What are you doing? I mean, this is what you want. This is.
No, it's not.
That was all pretty good. I would make sure though that you're shooting more. Because you could tell you're not shooting enough because your legs are not fully extended. So, because you basically kind of did this. My legs, you know, it can work, but if they're tall enough, this isn't going to work.
So you squat first and then go back?
Yeah, you squat, shoot.
Hi, Mark.
And look at how far I am from.
What happens if you take a moment to squat first before going back?
So that's what you're supposed to do. You squat. Then you,
So like you can kind of do them separately.
yeah, I mean, you kind of want to flow through them. You don't want to pause. But it's like,
But is it like bring them all the way down and then
it's like
sit
this. It's like this, right? I'm here, right? So I'm just gonna squat and go. And so those are two separate movements. I just was putting together. I don't do them at the same time, but I flow them. Right. So when you're practicing, just think squat, shoot, and as you get better, you just shorten the pause. Squat, shoot. Just be careful not to. This will be a common mistake that'll happen. Is people will think, okay, squat, shoot, and they'll just push their butt straight down.
Yeah.
We had a couple people doing that last night.
Okay, can you watch?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Go back. Go back. Don't put your hands together. Because the problem is, put your hands together. Pull this out. Here, Anthony. You feel how he has a lot of. The only thing is actually your leg is what's keeping it. Go back. There. Now try. Feel this difference. And then that combined with your leg makes it really strong.
What about the
Everything else, yeah, that looked pretty good. I would say,
squat?
yeah, your timing was good of when you went down and then shot back.
Okay, thank
So I wouldn't, that you're doing it right. I think.
Okay.
The big thing is just make sure that you're getting the distance. You could use to get a little more, but you did enough. And remember, we're trying to push you towards technical perfection of like this is the absolute optimal.
Yeah, perfect word on it, yeah.
But you're not gonna get there when you're just doing the move in a live fire situation. But you'll have more room for error so that you don't land with the knee in your crotch or fist to your face or whatever. So you see your feet end up on the line. You want your feet not on the line. You went straight down. So think squat, shoot, back. Oh, there you go. You didn't start on the line, but yeah. If you're gonna practice this, I really recommend putting your toes on the line so you can tell exactly where you start.
Okay.
There it is. Good. And then put your feet, just lay your feet down. Lay your legs straight on the ground. Look at that. Perfect. All right. What time is it for the visually able?
11:30.
11:30.
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna move on without Dave. Jacob.
Of course.
So, the gonna move today is Alwa Skate Mount. So we talked a lot about what do I do if he's pinning me down? Pinning me down. Right? Track and roll, right? Lots of stuff to do from there. But what if he's in top of mount and he's not? He's just right here. This is what it's gonna look like. That's not what it's gonna look like. Don't fall over.
That's how.
Just don't fall over. That's your one goal. All right, so what happened? Really, I just shrimped and I got one leg free and I did the exact same thing the other side. So, Dave's back now. Goodbye, Jacob. So, obviously mount. So pick a side that I'm gonna go to. I'm gonna face that way, which means my opposite foot is going to come up. I'll pick my butt and I'll use my shoulder to turn and I'll set my butt, push my butt behind me. Hold on here. Hand, elbow, whatever reaches. My legs flat on the ground and I push and pull. My knee, the second my knee gets above his, I lay my back on the ground and I straighten it. Trap, whichever you prefer. And then I'm just gonna do the exact same thing the other side. If there's space, I'll go to his head. I'll turn. I'll make sure I'm flat on my side, I'll block, shoot, lay on my back, and I'm in stage 1. It's really just, it looks twice as complicated as it is because you're doing the same thing twice.
Yeah. As the bad guy, let's just start out. Don't worry about trying to smash and crush. Just let's work on focusing on the technique. My hands are rooted on the ground, right? I'm equally on all fours. And I'm going to try and focus on keeping my base, stay on top. I don't want to fall over, and I just want to stay firm and give structure to my partner so they can learn to practice moving themselves around underneath me. As they get better, I can go from this to this. Right? The key to the success, the reliability of this move is not your athleticism or your flexibility. It's about shrimping.
It's doing this.
And then punch block.
Yeah. And then I run out of space.
Right? But the big thing here is this. When he hooks onto me, look at how he lifts his head up. A big mistake I see people make all the time is they do this. And then they try and do the move. The problem is that shuts it down. The problem is that shuts it down.
And I can't stop him from doing those things. Because like before, if I put this head up and he picks this hand up, I can drive. But if my head is low and he picks it up, and I can't drive. I don't have the leverage. The drive works because I take the power from my leg and I transfer it to my arm. But if my arm's here in an awkward position, my
There's no
lever
strength.
is super long. It's just, the amount of distance that's traveled. But if I'm here, it goes from my foot to my shoulder. My arm guides it.
Any questions?
This is elbow escape, right?
I'll
So this-
escape mount.
Yep.
Standard
amount,
variation.
Standard variation. Same partners, let's go.
Tag.
Hook an arm, hook a body. Turn on your side. Yes, good. Pushes, knee, boom. Turn the other way. Yes.
Leave your legs flat. Because if your feet are up,
Oh,
your feet.
oh, oh. Go back. Go back. No, you're
So pick which side you want.
right there.
Which is you want.
Does this feel a little awkward?
Yeah. Opposite foot comes up.
It's okay.
Now drive.
It's okay.
Pick your butt up off the ground.
Where should this be?
And drive the shoulder and push your butt
Put
down.
your head's on this side.
So
Yes.
there it is.
Now,
Slow it down. You
no
just-
rush. No rush.
He will punch
He will punch you. There you go.
Now,
Right?
Don't
Have faith.
Yeah.
He will punch
He will
you.
punch you. It's a good thing.
Yeah. And he will give you the space. Ye have little faith.
So what I want you to do is don't rush. Get yourself set up into this position, and then take push pull. Don't.
If you need to stop, stop.
Yeah.
Look at it, right? You're figuring it out. If you don't give your mind the time to make that connection between itself in the body, and you just try and rush it, it's just flailing, right?
So my elbow's here, but it's not pushing.
Not feeling ready.
You ever like push my
And
leg
now
out
once I'm
the
on my
way?
side, I start to push.
Help you maneuver?
I'm here.
Right. You notice that little pause? Do it again. Keep going. Keep going. Pause. He stops right here. He looks around. He goes, okay, I got this all set. My next thing I have to do is that. So if you need to pause somewhere through, right? Stop. Look around. What am I trying to do? Make that connection. When you rode a bicycle for the first time, did you just jump on and go, I'm going to do everything all at once and it's going to work? No. Right? Your mind was trying to slow everything down, and you still fell down. But by slowing it down, it gave yourself time to make those connections, right? But if you don't slow it down, you're not going to make the connections between all those movements. Okay? How are we doing here?
Something's
Something's a little off?
a little wonky, but I
Little
can't, I
wonky.
don't know how to.
Okay, let's see.
Okay, so sure.
So push your knee down. See how your leg comes out?
Turn and face that.
Now turn your body. Slip your leg over.
Now just do it.
There it is.
Turn first.
Now shrimp your butt towards me. Shrimp your butt towards me.
Yeah, either side.
There it is.
They have,
Block your
so
knee.
this makes it a little hard to
Okay, now slip your knee out.
Switch it.
Now, check it out. That's above
Looser,
her
but-
leg.
but
So
easier to
shrimp your butt back
So right,
underneath.
see you're pushing. Don't push. Just
Yes.
rest it here.
Shrimp your butt
Right,
up
just
more.
put your elbow
More.
here. Right there.
Your foot comes out.
Now, shrimp.
Legs around. Oh, it's way easier. No, 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 no. Go back, go back, go back. No rush. When she goes to punch you, that's when this goes. Right? What did I just tell her? Punch girl. Don't worry about it. They'll punch you. And that's when you make your escape. Change your position. Right? Come here.
Yeah, that step up by your butt.
So you're on top of
See,
me.
I can't quite shoot it right away. That gives you the
I'm right here, and then I go on my side.
but I can't wear it wet.
Right,
Put that knee down. Put that knee down. And go through.
Hold on.
Come around.
You hold your head up.
I jump out. I block. Okay? And I got both my arms underneath. And I'm pinched. Hold on to me. Don't let go. Hold me. Hold me. Don't let go. Squeeze my arms. Right? I'm not going to go crazy. I'm safe right now. Try and punch me. There it is. Try and punch me. There it is. Come on, punch me.
Just flexible.
There it
A
is.
good indicator of that.
Okay?
A good indicator of you
Have
using
faith.
your flexibility is
They will punch you.
on your side
And then you make your move.
here.
All right.
It's low enough to work, but I'm not on my side. This motion is weak.
Make sure you're on your side. You want to be.
You wanna try it again?
Shoulder on one side.
Yeah? Hold on, hold on, hold on. Come back, go back, go back. When you push here,
So right now,
you get this leg completely out. Push, out. And you're not trying to come above, you're trying to slip underneath. Let's reset to the
Same thing the
beginning.
other side.
Go back to the
On
beginning.
this side before you.
Let's have the both of you jump over here.
Jump again.
Just so we got more space.
Your butt out. Take your foot back on the back.
Okay. So,
You don't-
when you turn on your
Right,
side, I
if
want
you
to
just
push
try
your
to turn on your side for the
There you go.
key to get on your side. is
Hand or
pick up
elbow on her knee. Hand or elbow on her knee.
Drive it, yeah.
All I want you to do is
And
push
your
this
arm
to
can
the
help.
south.
You can
Keep this
use
leg
this-
flat. As you
If
push
you
it,
want to
slip,
do
all
it,
slip it,
drive
slip it.
it
See?
that way,
You're not bringing it up
or
and through,
it'll
you're
be
slipping it
amazing
straight
to
out.
Push off, help push
As you start to turn the other way, this leg steps over.
Either one is good.
Okay?
When I knock you
Now,
off,
here,
right, your base is a little
the
weak.
knee is already above her leg.
Perfect. But if
Start
you're
turning this up and turn your hips underneath. Stop right there. There you go.
Or I might
You're
just move
making your
myself.
switch. Shrimp your butt towards me. Out it comes. Up and over. Okay? A little wonky here. You got this, but you don't have this. She's gonna punch you. Oh, there we go.
This is on the ground, right? This is your side.
See?
It's not on the ground.
It just,
There it is.
that's the
Oh,
power of
look
what we
at
do
that. That was
here
really
is You know her behavior.
Your side's on
She's attacking you.
turn.
She doesn't know she's in danger yet. She'll try and hit you. Oh, that arm's free. I'm gonna punch
You
you.
shrinked out of it.
You count on it. Thank you.
I think that's what's happening is
Then you stay safe.
you're so focused on getting your leg free that
Let's
you're
move on to the
skipping
next.
a few shrimps.
Right.
Is what I would say.
We gotta pick up the tempo. All right. So the next one is hook removal.
Yeah.
So here we are. Check this out. This one really starts out as a battle of the legs. And a lot of people who don't understand what good mount control is will do this. Because it feels really, slow it down. It feels really strong. I'm connected. I'm holding on.
And if I try to like space out,
Trying to roll me over.
oh, it's real hard
Yeah.
to put my feet in the ground.
The problem is I don't realize that there's an equally powerful way to escape, which is just straighten your leg out. And now it's all the same. How come you shrimped twice?
Because I needed to.
You can shrimp more than once?
Oh yeah. Ideally, you do it as few shrimps as possible, but I've shrimped 5 times before,
And it works.
or more. Yeah, and that's in wrestling.
Yeah.
So
And a
it's
live fire exercise.
shrimp as much as you need to. Don't be afraid to shrimp.
Wait,
I-
the wrestler shrimp?
Huh?
No, wrestling here,
Wrestling here. Friday night rolls?
rolling.
Yeah.
You know, the first time you said we were gonna do Friday night rolling, I thought we were gonna practice like for
Rolling.
No, no. I was like all excited.
And then you got squashed. Okay, so here I am. I insert my hooks, and I do what's called the grapevine. Now, as the bad guy, when I go to do this, I want to give. So as he goes to straighten the leg out, I'm going to let it happen. Because if I don't and think, oh, I know I'm going to hold this. How many small bones you got in your foot? A lot. What are you fighting against? A big, thick bone in the leg.
And even just muscles, right? You're fighting against my quad.
Yep. And the
You'll
dangerous part to that is
I'll break his
I
knee.
I could heel hook myself, and the heel hook attacks the knee. And you'll feel pressure. It may feel tight, but it may not necessarily hurt. And all of a sudden, pop!
like if he's holding on as tight as he can, and I just boom, I'll break it.
Yeah. You run a high risk of that happening. Matter of fact,
It did happen in Minnesota.
it did happen, yeah. Jenny. And I had a woman come here from another school, and she tore a ligament in her knee.
Wait, was it Jenny that it happened to? I think it was a different woman that it happened to.
Because she was here recovering from a knee injury.
Yeah, no, I think
And
somebody else
it
happened
was
to her.
from that. So
Was it? I thought
her
it
or
was-
somebody else. But anyways, they hooked, they grapevine, and the other person just straightened the leg out, and the knee popped.
So there's 2 ways to be safe here. Bad guys let it go. Good guys don't. Boom. Just think. slow.
Nice and slow.
Respect as the bad guy that the good guy can just boom, and whatever you do, it's not going to work. And respect as the good guy that you don't want to hurt your partner and go slow.
Yep. So, focus on this again.
So I'm going to straighten my leg, go
Now-
high,
Yep, because he's trying to.
avoid the rehook. And if he really goes
If
high,
I really go for it,
I'm going to
he'll roll me over. But, so he steps over. Now he steps on my foot. Why? Because he wants to clear that lock, pin my leg to the ground, watch the switch. Boom. Now, that foot step over, pin my foot, is there so he can lay this leg flat on the ground. Because you may ask yourself, go back, why not just, so he straightens that leg, why not just straighten out the other leg? Boom, he straightens it out. Now lay it down flat. You can't. But if he pins my foot to the floor, I can't move my leg, and he makes a quick switch. Boom. Now I can't get underneath his leg. Now it's all the same thing.
stop that.
So this one, we start working on leg fighting. Who wins the battle of the legs? Your limbs are entangled. Your legs are entangled. You want to do something. You need to get your legs into an advantageous position so that you can execute that. And so all this really is limb detanglement. Turn around.
Oh, this really.
It sounds really cool though. No, turn around with your legs.
This is a big word though. Wow, we didn't
Look
pick
at,
up
look
the
at,
tempo.
see this right here? I'm grapevine. I'm wrapped around. Our limbs are entangled. Everything he's doing is about detangling, getting this free, breaking the locks I have. Boom. Are our limbs entangled now? Nope.
And if he tries, right, notice, my foot is close to my butt. This by the time eventually he'll hook it. Eventually.
But in the time it's going to take,
I start to shrimp and start to go. So as you get better at this, when you make this little switch to the ground, use this to shrimp.
yeah.
Don't think about it right away, but as you feel comfortable with the movements, something to work to.
Same partners, go.
Ugh.
Get a couple of reps in. We got to pick up the tempo. Devontae talks too much.
One.
What?
Gotta go.
What? You did everything right, but you were too excited. Hold it. Don't let it go.
Hold my foot.
Bring your leg. Lay it flat. Now, quick switch. Boom.
On and
Give him no time. When you did this before, and you, all right, I got it off, you let go, he pulls the hook back in. So when he's here, and you hold it, switch. Now he can't get that in.
Okay.
Okay. Now do your elbow escapes.
Oh, I see what I did.
Go back, go back, go back. Go back. Lay this down. Lay this down. If this is the leg on the ground, this is the direction you turn. Turn to face me. Boom. Okay. Push it. Yes. Yes. There it is. You go to all that trouble to get your leg on the ground. Your ability to escape that leg is because it's laying on the ground. So if you're like this, why would you try and turn this way? His leg will hook your leg. But if I go this way, he can't hook my leg.
Hold my foot harder.
Right.
Keep your right leg on your leg. Boom. Because you're trying to clear my leg. You don't want to. You want to make sure there's space on you're past my foot. Boom. There you go. Now go. Turn that way. Or face that way. Nope. Nope. Get your butt up. Get your butt up. Oh, look at that! Do it again. Uh-oh. Don't just do that. We're just gonna
Step over, step over. Lock that
Get
leg.
your butt out.
Turn the other way now.
But so come back. You're really trying to muscle this.
Yeah.
Get this
Legs over,
that
legs over.
way.
There we go. There we go. Good. Patience. That was good.
That's what I get for not having a hard breakfast.
Okay.
I know we're
One more time each. Let's go. Hurry.
Remember, get your butt out.
Okay. Give her a little bit more space. So get up on your arms. There you go. Free a leg. Pin it. Pin the other one. Straighten. Switch. Okay. So the leg that's flat on the ground means that's the direction you're going to turn to face.
Boom. You see how you got your butt out? How easy that was? Get your butt there. That's better.
Punch her. Punch her. Pull that arm. Pull that arm.
I'll keep working on it.
Here, I want to see who goes through real quick. So pretend like I'm there. And you just go through it. Just the shrimp it. You don't need to do that part. So flatten one leg out. Yeah.
Get that leg on the floor. There you go. Turn more on your side.
See, when you're doing it without someone on top of you, you're doing exactly what you need to do.
Do it again.
That's those shrimps. That's what you need. Now, will you end up there in one? Not necessarily, because I'm on top of you. But just here, just do a standard one. Just shrimp.
You got it.
Shrimp. There you go. Push my leg. Now, if you don't get it in one shrimp, shrimp again. Try my leg.
Okay.
Shrimp. Shrimp again. Shrimp again. Boom. Now go. Look at that. See? You shrimp again.
Come on, my foot is trying. Yeah, shrimp your butt.
Oh, man. Lock.
Don't put, wait, go back.
It was falling apart.
Don't put your hands together.
Huh?
Don't put your hands together. No,
Drop this
get this
hand
hand low. Get this hand
Oh,
low.
Why is this important? Let's talk about this. Because this is trying to hold his head down. This is trying to pin his elbow, which is in this little angle. But if you bring your hand here, the angle changes and you just lose it. But if you bring it low, boom.
okay.
All right, next piece. Fish, hook. You're gonna go fishing.
Pick up the temple.
Sure, that was important. They needed to see that.
So we're doing it the standard shrimp escape, or elbow escape, until the
Elbow
bad
escape.
guy, elbow escape. Until the bad guy does something, they make their whole leg heavy. It looks like this.
Are you starting to see a pattern here?
It all ends the same.
It all ends the same. It's the start that's different,
Yep.
right? Different behaviors from the bad guy up front. So what's happening here is from his bump and shrimp, I may drop all my weight on one side. Or maybe I'm 300 pounds bigger than he is. And he just can't move that leg.
It's not moving.
So what he's gonna do is this.
Push my knee out, isolating his foot, come through, hook it. Now I'm gonna think lift, push, and turn. Boom. Trap however you want to. And then from here, it's all the same as what we've been doing.
Keep trying.
Like, not very hard.
True.
Wait, I'm sorry. So for the beginning part, it's like you're getting stuck.
Yeah.
You can't clear the first
in
leg.
The normal one?
You can't
Or
clear
are
the
your
first leg.
hooks in?
I mean,
You're
this
going for
could-
the first one. You're going for the first one.
This realistically could happen. Like, maybe I do the hook release to end up here. But the point is, from this point off of my first shrimp, this is too heavy.
It's when you're trying to get
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Can you
got
see
it.
how my weight is dropping here?
Yeah.
And if I can try to keep shrimping away, but he'll just follow me.
Okay.
And I can't make the space.
Yeah.
So I get my, so turn it back. I get my knee into his ankle and I push it out.
Look at the space he creates.
Because if we go back, I'm not always gonna be able to get my foot in. But if I do
Push
this,
it, then hook it, then bring it over.
Then lift, push, and turn. All together.
and then this is all the same. You don't really have to keep going through it for tempo's sake.
Any questions? Let's do it.
Now remember, as a bad guy, your whole leg is heavy. If you let your foot come up and only your knee's heavy, that's the next move.
Yeah.
It's a whole,
Whole leg heavy, be stiff.
which is why this works. You
I'll do
give
each of you first time.
them a lever. So straighten your feet out.
We're trying to throw
Side.
legs around. No!
Go for it. Well, first off,
Okay.
what's this hand doing?
So the shrimp.
No, push my leg.
Straight. I'll try to move my leg.
Use this leg and push my leg.
Try to move my leg.
This?
Yeah.
Yep. Whole body turn. Good.
See, it's not working. My weight's in it.
Yeah.
So take this knee, push my leg out. Now step through, hook underneath my
That's really
foot.
good.
Good. Now you're gonna lift, push, and turn. No. Lift, push, turn. And now try.
No, that's push it. You feel like not moving at all? So now you think you put underneath my ankle, but you can't, so you push it out. And now as you go to push, lift, and under your foot, up. Keep that hook on my foot. Keep that hook on my foot.
So try to, yeah, you're not even
Now,
pushing. Try
as
to
you
push my
the
knee.
whole body rolls the other
Feel
way.
how it just doesn't work.
I gotta
Feel
test
it,
it.
you roll.
Yeah. Because it's faster for you to just go.
Right, go like
Oh,
this.
you can't feel, reach it. How do you make space? How do you make space with your other leg? Nope. Knee into
Put
my
that knee down, be heavy on it.
Right,
Put
yeah.
all your weight
Like
on that
that.
knee. Good. I can't underhook, so push your leg out.
No, so go back.
here.
Go back. You're here.
Okay.
Hook my.
Now,
So
everything.
don't do anything
lift,
yet.
the
You're gonna
push
think
and the
lift.
turn.
What? Don't do anything.
You'll
Lift.
all do
Push
it
with your arm and
together.
land your back all at the same time.
Okay.
Left.
Push with your arm. Land your back. Get on your side. Shrimp. There you go. That's it. You just gotta work on your shrimps under pressure.
Yeah.
You'll be really good at this once you get
There
that
it is.
down.
Push, lift, and turn your body. Much better. Drop my
I
leg.
did. Oh no!
Okay, go. Do it. Okay.
I give up, Michelle Watterson. I give up.
What?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Is that an exercise you do?
Yeah, it's a. So from here, without my hands, try to roll me. Try to roll me. And I'm gonna. Eventually, it'll get me, but it's
Yeah.
good practice.
So go like that. Okay, so go. Let's see. So I'll do it one more time.
Push it. Okay, you got it. Whoa, 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 go back, go back, go back, go back, go back. So,
Oh, yeah,
Yep.
yeah, I forgot
come
a step.
through, come through.
Now, don't lift your foot up. That's the next move. This is all stiff. Push, lift, turn all together. There it is. Good.
Punch her. Stop, go back, go back.
Yep. Down. There you go. Think elbow to thigh.
Your second shrimp in particular, your first shrimp, like 60
Looking much better.
Good one. But your second shrimp, what you're doing a lot here, actually. You're on top of me with one leg, half guard. What you're doing a lot is you'll just be here and then you'll just come
Leg
through
out.
the space. So I'm not
Okay. Feet
Be
under.
really tight though.
Push on our
Really
knee.
tight. Don't let me through.
Lift,
Right?
turn your body.
It's not hard to stop.
Good. All right, let's move on to the last piece of the day. So,
Because at the end of the day, the hand and elbow is really to stop their knee from filling the space.
so some of you are already doing this. And
It's a smart thing to do.
unconsciously, it's not like you're trying to be mean to your partner and prevent them from training, but it just seems like a natural thing to do. So as Devontae goes to do this, he pushes my leg out and he goes to left. Look what I do. I let my foot go because I'm still controlling the position. Except, whoa. That's something else. But possible, yes. So, what's happening? It looks like fish hook. It looks like fish hook.
And it is. Because I start, I can't move the leg, I go. But it turns out it's not his whole leg, it's just his foot. So when I lift, there's no resistance.
It's at this point that you go, oh, not fish hook, it's heel drag. The problem is when he takes his foot out,
Too fast. So,
oh, wait, he puts his leg out. And when he lets go, I can't get it down, so he's still gonna be able to hook my foot. Go back. But what if, when he lets go, I go out? Okay, so when he lets go, now watch. I can't put my leg down. I'm trying to throw my leg over.
now he'll eventually get that, but it buys me the time.
To throw his knee around and lock my ankle.
Yep.
From here, when he lets go with his hand goes down by the knee, and now his whole body turns, and he pushes my leg down in between his legs, because you don't want my knee dragging across you know what. Just push it down in.
Protect your crotch.
There's my leg, it's trapped. Guess what? It's all exactly the same from here.
I don't even have to remember to trap his leg because it's already trapped. Yeah. But. And actually, this is a conversation I got into last night because we'll oftentimes not really focus on it. But those two things we do to buy that second is really important.
Yeah. It is an essential detail to making this move work, as well it is the most common mistake people make, is this piece right here.
Like, let's say I don't trap. He's going to free his foot. I'm going to race him.
Let's do it up again. Go, do it again. Ready? Go. He's never going to win that battle.
But I'm going to buy time this time.
it bought me enough time to grab it. Now it's not perfect control, but it buys you literally a half second to a second, and that turns out that's all you need. Now from here, right now I'm really close.
He doesn't even need that arm. Watch this.
I'm just gonna turn.
So what's the point of the arm? To stuff my knee down between his legs so he can continue the move.
Yeah. Now be gentle with your turn here,
This will hurt the knee as well.
because this is a torque on the knee. What's convincing him to move with me is that I am torquing his foot, which is cranking his knee. So I'm gonna be nice about it while we're training, and then it's all the same.
So, heel drag is about, I go heavy as the bad guy. I go heavy on the leg. You go to fish hook, and you go to raise my leg, but I lift my foot, but I keep my knee heavy. That's when you switch from fish hook to heel drag. Okay? It's an essential point to making this move work is to have a successful transition. So you've got to have the hand and the leg blocking my escape routes for the trap foot. Essential detail for him to make it work.
And notice though, all these are building off each other. You do a fish hook when you fail the standard, but you go for the standard first. You do a heel drag when the fish hook fails, but you go for the fish hook first. We're always going for the thing that's the fastest, and if they stuff it, we move on to our next step down the sequence.
So what Devontae's saying here is you're learning to string things together,
Yes.
which is important if you're in a self-defense situation. Because it's never going to be the first thing you do that's going to work, or rarely.
It's oftentimes not going to be. It will sometimes work. That's why you go for it, you commit. But it doesn't, you just say okay and you move on.
You move on to the next piece.
And that's the hard part, is learning to commit when you should and adjust when it's time to adjust.
Yep. Any questions? Go, same partners.
Now, take your top foot and hook around my foot.
There it is.
Now, turn your whole body the other way. Push. Look at that. Easy, easy. Yeah. Keep going. Trip, 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 trip. That's tight back.
Nicely done.
When you're on the bottom, just straight away. How you like you're doing something, it shouldn't be happening. Yeah, that's do something.
Good. Yes. Turn your whole body. Turn your whole body. Push. There you go.
You're sure it's getting better.
Yep, you got it. Block, block.
You can learn. You do.
Shrimp that leg through.
No, I know you can learn this because you come a
Go
long
back,
way.
go back. That was a little too close. There's shrimp. Now see how easy it is?
Jacob.
It's so easy.
There you go.
My grandpa's like, well, you can't talk like this. I'm like, I know, but
Go.
I can't.
Cut that out.
I don't even know. Okay, sure.
Whatever he said, if it's on the video.
Whatever he said.
Just, I don't want to say it.
What did you say?
Don't worry.
Jacob.
You drive with this hand when you shove.
There you go.
Oh, like that.
Yeah, like that. So push my foot. There you go. Come through, let it go up.
Hold. Keep that arm around his back. Keep that arm around his back.
Keep that there. Slip that deeper. There.
Turn your whole body. Push.
Okay. Needs work.
Yeah, but not bad. Good start.
Getting better. Improvement.
Okay.
Jacob trending upwards. Invest in Jacob now. Invest in Jacob now. Buy Jacob.
Buy spot bonds.
Strap her leg.
Buy Jacob.
Strap her leg. Straighten this leg out underneath. Yep. Start your turn.
On Thursday for Halloween, my friends and I are doing a Cage movie night.
Lock her leg. Lock her leg.
Treasure on there.
Not currently. I mean, the list is too long. We're cutting stuff.
Okay.
The only movie that I have to watch though is Face Off.
Don't
All right.
get behind it so bad.
We're all done.
But face on. Face on. That's what I want to see. I love that movie. Oh. Kaya.
All right, good work today, everybody. Hands reset. Oh. Class dismissed. Thank you for your help.
Thank
Good
you.
work today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good job.
Yeah. Thanks for doing this. Good job.